Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. First thing I want to say is I appreciate all the support, all of the new subscribers after the last video. I'm trying to get some shorts out. Appreciate all the exposure, all the comments, everything's a really big help. So, new year, we got 2 new releases I'm going to be out here filming today. We're starting here with the Absolute. This is new technology. I was super excited when I saw that it was announced. I'm excited to get out here and throw it. I've used it in 2 leagues already, and let me tell you, late in the shift, it's everything I wanted. They got rid of that little, red flip block at the bottom of this weight block, and they made it so when you drill your thumb, you're not really pulling out of the core too much. So, increase in design, hopefully an increase in performance. So far, I've seen it. Hopefully, you see it today when we're out here on the lanes. Let's go see what we find out. We'll wrap everything up, go over the specs, the specifications, the comparison, which we're going to be comparing it to the Infinite Physix today. And then we're going to see if this is something that you need in your bag for the upcoming league finish to the season. All right, let's go check it out. All right, we are out here on the lanes now. Got lined up around 25-ish here on the fresh house pattern this morning. So only thing that's been here is just some practice shots. And kind of looking at the 6-pin here, rule of a house shot. All right, first shot was about what was expected. I like to kind of explore a little, so I'm going to move about a board or 2 left here. Same idea. And we're going to get into the technical specifications of this a little bit more later if I didn't already speak about it, but change in weight block here, I can really tell by the path this ball takes. All right, that one even a little bit more, and I'm moving left here, so I'm gonna move again. Another 2, so I'm on 34 now. Sorry, 29. 29 now. This extra dot here they put on the approach messes me up sometimes. 29. All right, so that was the first 3 shots with the Absolute. Like I said, pretty fresh house condition here. Just kind of took some time to get lined up. Started with my feet around 25-ish. Moved 2 after the first shot, moved 2 after that. The one thing now, this wasn't the first time I've thrown it. I had some time to touch the surface up a little bit. If the box surface is a little bit too clean for some of you, I do recommend bringing it down either a ton and then slowly bringing it back up. Or if you're not comfortable bringing it down a bunch, you can kind of go down a little bit at a time. I went all the way down, brought it back up to 4,000, and it was still a little bit too clean through the heads. So I brought it back down to 2,000 by hand real quick, and it's been absolutely money ever since then. It really helps me kind of get left and not worry about the ball squirting a little bit too much through the middle part of the lane where all of that oil tends to build up as you bowl more throughout the night. So the last 2 times I've used it, I've definitely seen an improvement as I bring that surface back down to where it needs to go, and I just let it line shine after that. Now, so what we're going to be looking at after this, the closest thing that I think I have is an Infinite Physix in terms of an asymmetric pearl. This is an asymmetric hybrid. But in terms of overall hook potential, I think they're pretty close. So Infinite Physix, my favorite ball last year. It's probably still my favorite ball in my bag. We're gonna go ahead and compare the path of the ball, and we're gonna see what type of similarities we can find between the 2. Let's go check it out. Alrighty, here we go. So back out here now, Infinite Physix. I'm gonna go back to where I was that first shot, so 25, the Absolute. I'm going to try and be a good bowler here, get it to the same area. We'll see what we find out. All right, well, wasn't the best, but that's why we're bowling. House shot, have the forgiveness, you can just kind of see shape. So this Infinite Physix is pinned down compared to the pin up of my Absolute. Hook potential overall, you can kind of see they both went flush there. Let's have a look. we got here, 2 left. All right, thought I executed that one better. You know, the second shot with the absolute looked like it hooked a little bit much. That was the same area, 27-ish. I don't know, maybe it was just a dry spot there. Wasn't really practicing over there, so not quite sure where the ball would read a little bit earlier. But what we're gonna do now, last place where we kind of slapped the 10 out with the absolute, 29-30 area. Gave it some room. All right, so without me kind of talking in between, I'm gonna go right back to the absolute here. We saw Infinite Physix got a little wide, pinned down, pearl, labored a little bit, so never really recovered. Gonna see if I can do the same thing here at the absolute. See if we have a little bit more recovery. Got it wide. There you go. All right, so the last 3 shots with the Infinite we were gonna be comparing it to. Now, like I said, absolute, it's got that R2S deep hybrid. Infinite Physix, it's a pearl. They're both asymmetric. Absolute, I got the pin up. Infinite Physix, I have the pin down. You could kind of really see the difference in the way the ball reacted and where it reacted. First shot with the Infinite, same place as the absolute. They kind of looked okay. I kept it in just a tad. It didn't really overreact. It blended the back part of the pattern really well, didn't jerk too well. As we move left, you can kind of see a little bit sooner. So that's why the Infinite Physix kind of had that little bit of a nosedive. We got 5 there. Thought it was a pretty good shot. But the absolute didn't necessarily see it as quick. We have that pin up, ball got down the lane a little bit cleaner, finished a little bit stronger. And then as we migrated left, we definitely saw a bigger difference. Infinite Physix kind of got that one wide, labored to get back. Absolute, where we got it wide, that it for lack of a better term, it really shined the further left we got. Ball really stores up its energy well. It doesn't have that red flip block on the bottom, so you're gonna see the ball kind of read and be a lot more continuous the further down lane it gets. Now I'm gonna go back to the absolute. We're gonna go ahead and check and see if we can explore the lane a little bit, and then we'll recap everything at the end. All right, so no practice shots here. I'm moving 8 right. I'm gonna back my hand out of it. So started on 25, around 17 now with my feet. Really just gonna kind of explore the lane. Help you guys see what this ball does no matter where we are. All right, 17 seemed to be a little bit too far left. So I'm gonna move another 2, try and stay up the back of it a little. Kind of looking around 10 with my eyes here. All right, so moved right, really explored the lane. We're gonna do the same thing here with a move left. Speed's probably gonna be down, don't wanna hit up on it, so just gonna kind of take my hand out of it and be soft. Let the ball do the work. Good. All right, back where we started. I'm assuming they dried up a little, so I'm gonna move a little left. Trust the ball. Kind of looking at the 6-pin. All right, so yeah, I would say we learned a lot. There was some errant shots in there. Not everything strikes, right? Could have been some user error, but based on just what we saw, I think we can draw a few conclusions. Obviously, I said these are drilled a little bit differently. So my absolute is pin up, and my Infinite Physix is pinned down. Now, Infinite Physix, for me, it was probably the ball of the year last year. One of my favorite balls I've ever thrown. It stays in my bag forever. I feel like I can play right, left, ball track, game 1, game 3, game 6, whatever I'm bowling. I feel like the Infinite's just always a choice. So I wanted to compare this, which usually I don't really have much to get left into that over-under, so I end up kind of trying to play the soup in the middle. And this ball just cuts through it fantastic. My last 2 leagues with it, if you went and watched the short, you can really see that the further left I got, the better this ball gets. So I really like starting my night off with the Revenant, which Buddy and I are going to kind of be demoing that in just a minute here today. That'll be a separate video, so go ahead and check that one out. But in terms of a 1-2 punch, if you need something that's going to help you get left, it's going to continue through the pins. For something that's asymmetric, the way this ball continues, it's definitely something I've never seen before. I've been extremely impressed ever since I put holes in it. Like I said earlier though, don't be afraid to change the surface. Changing surface and playing with surface is something that, you know, if you need it, you need it. Just because the ball's not perfect for you as soon as it's drilled doesn't mean you can't make it perfect for you at some point. So the one thing I just kind of wanted to reiterate was just, don't be afraid to make the ball what you need it to be, okay? I changed the surface on this 3 or 4 times until I got it to where I needed it to fit in my bag. All right, and as you can see, we're good now. So thank you guys again for tuning in. If you can subscribe, that would be awesome. I really do appreciate it. The numbers off of that last video have been fantastic. And now we're gonna go shoot another video. So hopefully stay tuned and go ahead and check that one out. Thanks everybody.